Hello Libra, and welcome to my channel Inspiring Life Changes. Welcome back to those of you who have been here before, and a big welcome to those of you who may have come across to see what's going on and what it's all about. My name's Colette, my channel's Inspiring Life Changes, and I am an intuitive tarot reader with over 30 years experience. I'm going to apologise because there's a weird thing going on with the lighting at this time. I don't know what it is that's going on. I haven't done anything than I normally would do, but for some reason the lighting seems to be a bit different today, so I'm just going to see how it goes. Yes, so over 30 years experience as a tarot reader. I do intuitive tarot readings, and this reading today is for you Libras, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising and Cusp Tarot, cusp Libra signs. Maybe I should just start this again, but I'm not going to. So if you don't know where those placements are, Libra, there will be a free natal link in the description box down below for you to go and check that out for yourself. As I say, you may know where your sun sign is, in which sign, but you may not know where the degree exactly is, and that can also help with you understanding the bigger picture of what's happening around you astrologically as well. If you follow the astrology at all, then you probably will already know where your sun sign is, or the degree, but you may not know where your moon is or your Venus, or where your rising sign is. And if that is the case, and because this is a general read, you may want to check out the readings as well as I put them out that connects with those placements for you. Also, as a general read, it's not going to resonate with all of you Libras out there, so you may want to check out those readings for that particular purpose as well. General reads can never ever resonate with everybody, but hopefully you will be able to take something from the reading, even if it's just something that you didn't know previously about something, if you listen right the way through to the end, Libra. So with all that being said, I'm going to start your reading with this first card here, which is quite interesting. It seems to kind of follow through with the rest of the read as well. So this is a spirit animal oracle card, and it is the lizard that has come out upside down for you today. And in reverse, it's saying, because underneath it says dream the world into being, but when it's in reverse, it's kind of saying that you're dreaming a negative idea or a negative view of the world into being, that you're not focusing on what you're actually wanting here, Libra. You're focusing on what you're not wanting, and you're very much kind of bringing that into your space because you're seeing what isn't there. And by doing so, you're not actually putting your energy and your focus of attention into what it is that you want. You're looking more at what it is that you want that's not actually there. So that is the message here from the lizard today. It's kind of saying that you could have created already for yourself a scenario, a situation, like something that you really didn't want to happen, but because you were really focusing on it not happening, you've actually kind of materialized it around you. It's actually come into reality. And that's really what the lizard card is saying here when he's upside down. And it's kind of looking a bit like that as I look at the rest of your cards here, Libra, as well. I can kind of see that scenario playing out. So we're starting the reading with the Six of Cups. And this is like a Celtic cross reading that I'm doing today. Minus 2 cards. But the bulk of it is like a Celtic cross. So this is the heart of the reading. This is the very centre of what's happening for you at this time. With the Six of Cups in reverse, it's saying that something doesn't feel right for you. It often can relate to a past situation, something from your childhood, something that kind of reminds you of an energy from your childhood even. But it's in reverse. So it's saying, and it's kind of, for me, going along with this energy here of kind of creating something that hasn't been fulfilling for you, something that hasn't worked out the way you have wanted it or were hoping it might have worked out for you, Libra. In a love reading, this would connect more likely than not to somebody who you have a very strong connection with, like a soulmate, a twin flame, that kind of energy, something very powerful connection. It could still relate to that, but this could also be somebody who you've had a strong connection with in a business situation as well, or a family situation or friendship, not just an intimate relationship. When it's a general reading, it can come across in any way, but it is saying, because it's in reverse, that you were hoping for a lot more. And it does have the Two of Cups over the top of it as well as your challenge. So your challenge for me here, I see this a bit like two people coming together to create something. But it doesn't feel like a love situation. It feels more like somebody that you've got a lot of admiration for, maybe somebody who you really do admire, and you're very aware that you could create something together. It could be an intimate relationship, because it does have the Six of Cups underneath, but this is a general reading, so don't get caught up just in that energy alone. As I was saying, as a general reading, it could also be a business partner, a family member. But the Two of Cups is really about kind of coming together with somebody else and trying to create something, usually on an emotional level. Trying to bring something into wholeness as well is kind of what I'm seeing here with this kind of archway going around these two cups here. This kind of wholeness, this idea of creating something that's going to be fulfilling. Two people together. Like I was saying, for some of you, it could be a relationship. What's in your head, Libra, is the Queen of Wands. And so you're kind of becoming aware, this could be somebody in your life who you have, again, a lot of admiration for, is how I'm feeling, how I'm seeing this. Somebody who inspires you. This is the energy of the fire signs, Aries, Sagittarius and Leo. So they could have a lot of that energy about them. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be a fire sign, but they could just be somebody who's got a lot of this drive, this dynamic energy about them, a lot of fire, passion about something. They're very kind of strong maybe in their beliefs on things. Very charismatic, so very magnetic. So this could be somebody who you admire and you're kind of being inspired by the way that they are and the way that they kind of create things around them. You may be looking at them and thinking, how do you do that? How do you manage to create all these amazing experiences for yourself when I just end up getting the kind of crap end of the stick, so to speak. So this person could be helping you out in that way. It could also be an element of your own personality here as well, Libra, something that maybe you're kind of becoming aware that you are needing to tune into and use for your own benefit as well. This fiery, dynamic energy of going for something, being very passionate about something. Because when we're trying to create something, we really do, it is the driving energy in many ways. It's the passion. It's like what drives us forward, what makes us feel good, what makes us feel alive joyful, vital. And when the lizard is upside down, because the lizard's like basking in the sun, of course, and there's a lot of orange energy in both of these. And orange relates to the sacral chakra and is all about creativity. You see these fiery energies here, the 3 lower chakra energies, the yellow, red and orange. So it's the red and the yellow with the orange in between the two, and it is the creative drive chakra energy. So for me, that's kind of what this card is saying as well. Is what is it that makes you come alive? What is it that makes you want to pursue something, makes you happy, makes you feel that your life is worth getting up for and going for it? And that's kind of how this is coming across for me. But there's also an element with this queen as well, where she kind of is a visionary in her own right. She kind of knows how to create through the use of her dynamic energy, her magnetism. She can kind of pull things towards her. She doesn't have to go out there and grab it. She has more of a sense of like, it will come to me in the right time. All I have to do is the process for that, and it will happen. This queen has a lot of faith in herself, a lot of belief in herself, particularly when it's up the right way. But what's moving away and what has been around, which is why I'm kind of feeling that you have created this situation of something that's not been so good for you, is the 5 of Pentacles here, Libra. And the 5 of Pentacles is saying for me that you have been in a difficult place. You have been in this place of focusing on the lack, kind of a poverty mind, which at this moment in time I appreciate is not an easy thing to overcome. It's not an easy thing to see beyond. So you may well have lost something that you had built up, something that you had put a lot of your time and your energy and your effort into, or it was at the kind of stages of getting more successful. But the 5 here is saying that there has been a situation of having to leave something, walk away from something, feeling as though you've been pushed out of something. And there is always that little mouse in the corner up there as well, which for me, the mouse is always about kind of nibbling away at things, nibbling away. The more you're kind of trying to build something up, the more this kind of mouse energy is kind of nibbling away at the foundations or the success of something. So I'm just going to take a quick slurp because my throat's gone a bit... I don't know if that's your energy, Libra, whether you're feeling a bit kind of emotional about all of that as well. Because at the subconscious level, we have the 8 of Cups. And so you have had to walk away from something here. You have had to emotionally leave something behind. Something that you were attached to. Again, it doesn't have to be a person. It can be a thing. It can be a business. It can be just a lifestyle. But it's something that you are in the subconscious, and this doesn't have to be a recent energy either, because it's in your subconscious. You're probably not even aware that this is where it's all coming from. But this could be like a pattern of experiences, emotional experiences. Each one of these cups for me kind of relates to these emotional patterns that we can fall into, of keep going over and over the same kind of ground and getting nowhere. And the mole down there in the corner as well can also talk to me about blind faith and blind trust, because the mole is, of course, a blind, almost blind creature who kind of burrows away in the dark. So it could also be a situation of feeling maybe as though you were in the dark, or you're kind of going into the depth of your emotions to kind of try and work out why this keeps occurring. Why do you keep going over the same pattern and ending up with the same scenarios? You have got the moon here as well, which kind of talks about hidden things. Things not yet obviously revealed. And it's in the subconscious realm. So it's kind of saying to me that at this time you're in the depth of your emotions with the Eight of Cups. Having to make a choice here as to whether or not you're going to ignore it, maybe. Ignore it rather than actually kind of look at the problem or the situation. Whether you're just going to kind of walk away from it again and just kind of put it down to experience, which may not always be such a good thing. But the card that you have coming in as your energy that is coming in for you here is the World, which is saying that there is an ending of a cycle occurring here. This is a completion. You are coming to the end of something difficult and something hard that you've had to face up to, maybe. Possibly about your relationship with yourself, your relationship with somebody else, or like, again, as I was saying, these repeating patterns. And if we don't do the work, then we don't get to move on. That's kind of what it's saying to me here. If we don't kind of recognise the process of what's happening around us and why and how, especially with this lizard energy here of kind of putting that energy in and getting the same results because you're focusing on what you don't want rather than what you do want. And not feeding it. Well, either way, it doesn't matter which way you feed it. You can feed it either way. Still, it will occur in your life. And I think there's a message here for you, Libra, to kind of understand that process. That if you're going to feed it with your fire and your passion and your drive and your desire, then you need to be careful how you're looking at it in the first place. If you're wanting a positive result here, if you're wanting success from this, because this implies that it hasn't been. Because you've been putting your focus here on what hasn't been there, rather than on the possibility of what could be there, is what's coming through for me here. But it could be that you have like kind of realised this, because the World card is saying that something is changing, something is ending, something is, a new cycle is coming in. And maybe you're being made aware of it now. Maybe you're kind of coming to a realisation about this as well. This could also be this card, a kind of realisation, illumination of something. Maybe this person, if it is a person, again, doesn't have to be a woman. It can be male gender. Gender isn't the issue. I just say her because it is a queen on the actual card. But yeah, maybe this energy, should I say, this energy is helping you to understand that process on a deeper level as well, in order for you to be able to change it. Because in your hopes and your fears, we have the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords can be all about deceiving yourself about something. It's also that mind game playing energy of where you can trick yourself into believing something that's not actually true, but you believe it so much. Again, this could have a lot to do with this energy. As I keep going back to this lizard energy, I keep getting pulled back to this. And this could be you having believed something so strongly that you have manifested it into your life, and now you're kind of disappointed, although this is a hope and a fear. So for me, there's also a hope here that you're going to be able to walk away, pick up the pieces somehow, and kind of walk away from the disaster. It's kind of how it's feeling from whatever it was that you have created. It's interesting for me that he holds 5 swords here, and the 5 of Swords is about self-sabotage. So it can also be about being deceitful towards other people, but it can also mean that you are actually ultimately, whether you're deceiving other people or not, you are ultimately deceiving yourself in this situation. And it could be because you thought, as I was saying, you know, you were putting so much of your energy into something, you thought that it was going to turn out one way. You were convinced that that's how it was going to be. When actually it's kind of turned into this kind of nightmarish. And it feels like mind games. It feels like tricking, but it feels like tricking yourself. Mind games for yourself. It may involve other people as well. But the person that you're kind of hurting the most here is actually going to be yourself there, Libra. And the energy that we have as your outcome, you have 2 cards, in fact, that came out together, the 10 of Pentacles and the 2 of Pentacles. So the 10 of Pentacles for me is, well, I'll talk about this one actually first, because the 2 is about, for me, the past and the future energy. It's about juggling. But because you've also got this World card here, I see it as kind of being half in and half out of the past and the future. That's how I kind of see the 2 of Pentacles, is like being caught in the middle of 2 choices here. It comes after the Ace, which is that opportunity of creating something in the material realm, of something new, a new kind of start. So it's the next energy on with the 2 of Pentacles. So you're kind of being pulled back, and that's kind of what I'm seeing here with this 10 of Pentacles, that whatever it was that you kind of had created or succeeded in achieving here, it kind of feels as though you're having to let this go, which I think is also what this energy is about here. Letting it go, walking away from it, becoming emotionally detached from it, because you're still kind of being pulled back. Although your focus is, for me, more here on the future. I see this as the future, and this more as the past. And this one also has a rainbow kind of leading right over to it as well. So it's kind of saying to me, you know, this is your rainbow, this is your path to follow. Follow this, follow what makes you happy. Follow what gives you inspiration. And kind of let go, detach yourself from this, because this is not going to make you happy anymore. And again, we have the nibbling mice. I'll turn it up that way you can see it better. That mouse that's kind of there. And very much kind of, the mouse is looking very pleased with himself. And when it's upside down, it's like the chest is open and everything's falling out. It's all spilling out. So there's a kind of energy of whatever it was. And again, it's this kind of completion energy here with the World card coming up for you. This ending of this cycle, that something here is being removed or taken away. You're kind of walking away on a subconscious level. You're detaching yourself. You're detaching yourself from whatever it was that has kept you looking back into the past. And you're making a conscious effort here, Libra, I feel, to kind of move towards your happiness. Move towards something that's going to be more joyful, more fulfilling. But you still have that foot in the past, and that's what this energy is for me here. This is that past, and you're still kind of thinking about how things have been, rather than focusing on what you are wanting to create here. So your focus needs to change, and it is a process. It's not something that just kind of happens immediately. It is something that you need to kind of be aware of and kind of bring your attention back to it when you kind of see yourself going down that other path, shall we say, where you've been before. If you see the signs, then stop. So let's see what else we have here for you, Libra. What do the cards want to say in this confirmation for you? So confirming for Libra, general read for Libra, confirming for Libra. Before I forget, cusp Libras are going to be at the 0 degree point of Libra, just coming out of the Virgo energy and moving into Libra energy. So you may want to check out the Virgo reading for yourselves. We have the 3 of Pentacles that has come out here, which I will talk about. Also, if you're a 29 degree Libra, then you're going to be heading towards the Scorpio energy, so you may want to also check out that energy as and when I get to put those videos out. I will also be doing, after this reading, a love reading for you, Libra, which may well kind of include parts of this as well, because there does seem to be aspects of that there for you. So the 3 of Pentacles in reverse, kind of comes after the 2, obviously, but it's coming over the top of these 2 cards here. And the 3 of Pentacles is about teamwork, but it's in reverse. So it's kind of saying to me that something wasn't being reciprocated here, which I think is also what this card is saying here. Something wasn't reciprocated, something wasn't working out. It felt kind of out of balance, maybe one of you, or again, yeah, I mean, it feels like somebody was putting in more effort and energy, wasn't pulling their weight, wasn't working as a team, wasn't prepared to take responsibility as well, is kind of what I'm getting here with this 3. Pentacles can be about responsibility. It's the physical realm. So you may have felt very much as though you were doing all of the hard lifting, the difficult work here, Libra. And that you weren't getting the results that you wanted, which I think is why also the Five of Pentacles is there. Again, family situation, business situation. Maybe it was to do with trying to get somebody to just work alongside you, just work with you, just kind of be more like a team in order to be able to get things moving forward and shifting. But it didn't come about. And maybe it was also this other person who was very negative. Maybe they had a lot of negative energy about them. Or maybe you just saw them in a very negative light as well. Maybe that's also what the lizard spirit energy is saying here. It could have been somebody who you have been friends with for a long time as well, Libra, who you feel maybe has let you down. So why is the Queen of Wands here for Libra? Okay. Where are we? Yeah, the Four of Swords in reverse. And the Four of Swords does talk about time out. Possibly time management, possibly somebody who is not, again, I just get this kind of very negative way of looking at things or thinking about things. This could again be your energy, Libra, because swords are the mind, air, energy cards. And you do have this 7 down here as well, which could well have also been your kind of like I was saying, your self-sabotage and self-deceit energy here. But the Four of Swords is also talking about, I kind of see it as that kind of, all those daggers pointing down, almost like they're coming at you because of the negative influence here, the fact that you've kind of been focusing on the negative, because the 4 is a card of reflection, taking time out to think about things. Which you may have not wanted to do. You may have possibly tried to hurry a situation here, not given it thought. Like enough time to think things through. And that could have caused these swords to kind of come crashing in on you. Because we have, over the Five of Pentacles, the Death card. This is the energy that's moving away. So you have been dealing with some quite big energy here, it would appear. And of course you've got the Death card with the energy moving out. You've got the world energy moving in. So there is big change happening here, Libra. There is big transformation happening for you. Some of you may personally have been having to actually deal with a loss, which could also be this card here. An actual loss of somebody who was very close to you during this time period. And that may have well changed the situation that you yourself have been in. It could also have been somebody who you were very closely connected to here. Again, family or business. It could also be intimate. It may have felt like you lost something that was very integral to you. But there is a mourning here. There is a mourning, a need to mourn for a loss, whether that's something within yourself as well. Because we do tend to kind of not honour that side of things, and at this time where we are, there's a lot of not being able to honour the process of death due to certain restrictions, shall we say. But this could also be to do with a death of yourself here, Libra. A change, a transformation, the ending of something. Something has changed, something has shifted. And the death card's up the right way as well, so it does feel as though it was, well, it has been something that you are aware of. You are aware of the process of what's happening around you and within you. It can also be for some of you that you feel as though you're moving on, maybe maturing as a person as well, kind of leaving behind your youth or your childhood or your even then there's a need to grieve over something. It could be a family member, it could be a business as well, but you could be having to kind of let go and release here with this Ten of Pentacles, this kind of success. For some of you it could also be a legacy, because the Ten of Pentacles can also talk about a legacy, like a bereavement, like an entitlement in a way, like money left for you for some of you, which may change your life as well. Because it could also be something that you, in reverse, something that you would rather it hadn't happened. But we do have the Chariot come out over the top of this Eight of Pentacles here as well. So there is movement. There is movement. There is this kind of awareness that is beginning to stir within the depth of you. It's like you are now wanting to take charge. It's kind of how I'm seeing this. You're wanting to take those reins. You're wanting to be the person who's in control of your own life, your own situation. You don't want to have somebody else no, you don't want to have somebody else in your life. It's not that, but it's like if this has been a business situation, it's like you're not willing to, it's like you're the one who has to take the control here. You're the one who has to do something about this, Libra. And I feel you're kind of waking up to that fact as well. You're kind of realizing that you have got to be the one in control of the reins of your own life, because you're the one that is creating it. I feel that that's what you're kind of waking up to, this process of you are the one that's creating it. It's not about other people creating it for you. This is about you balancing your head and your heart, your emotions and your logic process, so that you're not going too far one way or the other, trying to find that middle path and kind of keep on that path. But the Chariot can also be a card of very sudden, quick, fast movement. For me, it's the card of Aries. It's used as Eris. the warlord, Mars energy. And Mars energy can be very headstrong, which these horses definitely can be. They can be seen as being very headstrong, so the Mars energy has to kind of rein itself in sometimes, because it can be too forceful, too powerful, too much. You could kind of miss the point on something as well, because you're kind of racing ahead or racing away with something, and you're not necessarily aware. It's like your destination is where you want to be, but to get to your destination, it's a process, it's a journey. It's kind of saying there's a journey here that you have to go through. And this is all part of it. It's all part of it. It's all kind of connected, which is also this card here as well. The connection of everything. This ending of this cycle is because you've kind of connected with everything. You're kind of balancing everything out here, Libra. And if you don't kind of balance these horses out, then they can go off in two separate directions, and then you kind of end up stranded in the middle of nowhere or in a stormy kind of situation. And that's the reason why I feel it's very kind of Mars energy. It can be very full on, like full steam ahead, just going straight from A to B and not kind of noticing anything in between. But it is over the top of the 8 of Cups as well, and it is in the subconscious realm. So it kind of feels as though you're really wanting to move ahead, to move away from this energy, to shift your focus. Whatever that energy was. There's a kind of feeling of like, that was then, that was the past, that has happened, and I can't do anything about it. So now I need to turn my attention and focus on something else. Focus on my future, focus on what it is that I do want and not what I don't want. So why is the world here for Libra? That's interesting. I didn't realise that card had come out as well. So we also have, and I feel that that was with this energy, is the Empress energy as well. In reverse. And I think this card was already turned over in the pack. So I'm going to read it with this card here, because it does feel as though it's got something to do with, like I was saying, this kind of charging forward and missing something important. And again, this is abundance. This is this is abundance. This is kind of everything that you want. But it could be, Libra, that you are still kind of focusing on your, again, I get this feeling of your destination, of your kind of like, you know, the end point of where you want to be. And in order to do that, you are kind of, or you have been, because this is your subconscious energy, you're kind of missing what's already there around you. You're not seeing what you already have. You're not seeing the abundance that is aplenty around you, whether that's people or the experiences you have. It's like you're kind of shifting your energy really fast and moving beyond the actual experience really quickly. It's almost like, yeah, okay, let's just keep going. And you're not actually allowing yourself to feel it, or I think that's what this is saying as well here, because you're not looking at what's behind you. And the Empress is all about, well, she's the mother feminine energy. So she's all about the abundance, but she's also very much about the feelings and the expression of those feelings. And also being permanently pregnant with potential of giving, of nurturing, of caring, but it's in reverse. So I feel as though there is this kind of message here that you are missing something by trying to charge full steam ahead. You have been, because this is the subconscious realm, kind of the root energy, I like to see it as. You have been kind of blissfully unaware of things. And we have over the top of the world the King of Pentacles and the Justice card. So the King of Pentacles is saying this is very much about the environment. This is very much about your need for success. Also your standing, how you kind of present yourself. The King likes to share, especially when he's upright. So he likes to have a lot of material goods, a lot of material wealth. He likes to be successful. He wants to be successful. He needs, it's like a craving with the King of Pentacles to be successful, because that's how he kind of shows to the world who he is. That's what he how can I put it? That's what he that's his importance. That's to him the important part of being. It is the earth energies, Capricorn, Taurus and Virgo energy here, Libra. So he's somebody who's very solid, very grounded, particularly when he's in the upright position. Somebody who's very keyed into the importance of the physical realm, but he can also be very stubborn as well. He can be very fixed in the way that he sees the world, the way that he believes things are. And it's come out with the Justice card here as well, which for me, I know most people say this is your card, Libra, but I see this a lot more as the Gemini energy, not Gemini energy, because it's all to do with the mind and the logic and the process of thinking things through. This is about taking the heart, the emotions, should I say, out of a situation and thinking very logically, which is why she has this very huge sword here as well, because that kind of represents the truth. She does have scales there, which she's balancing everything up with, but at the same time, it's at the heart, the emotions. When we get caught up in our emotions, we can't make a fair and balanced decision, which is why I see this much more as Mercury orientated energy, much more Gemini energy, much more thinking, much more logical way of cutting through the BS. So here it's kind of saying to me that there is a situation with this World card here as well, this ending of cycles. Something is finishing for you, something that is karmic even, something that has been very kind of fixed. It feels like a very kind of fixed idea, a fixed way of thinking, a fixed way of, again, it could even be stubborn, it could be to do with beliefs, it could be to do with this idea of your What am I getting here? This idea of your world view. And maybe that's what's changing. Maybe it's your idea of your world view here, Libra, that is changing. Maybe you're going to shift things, because this king is also about values. So maybe this king is also asking you, what do you value? Where do your values lie? What is it that you want to be successful? What for you makes you feel successful? Where are those values for you? Because this Justice card would also say that it could actually be involving the court system as well. But it could also be more about you kind of weighing things up for yourself. Again, with this Two of Pentacles, this backwards and forwards kind of energy here. Because a decision with the Justice card is going to be made. And the thing about the Justice card being a major arcana card as well, it's kind of saying that the past has already created your present, which is going to create your future. So it's like karmically, whatever has happened in the past, you're going to see the outcome of. But it feels good. It's in the upright position, so it doesn't feel as though this is a negative situation. And it may be, again, for some of you, I just get this feeling that for some of you, it could be like an inheritance here. It could be something that's going to really change your life and put you more in a position of being able to be more, not only abundant, which I feel with this Empress in reverse here is kind of your focus of lack, if you like. Again, with this lizard energy. And this Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Like something that you're going to receive that is going to change. Going to change your life, going to kind of move you into a future that you weren't maybe expecting here. For some of you, Libras. But it feels like it's something that can't be stopped. Something that's kind of, that, you know, it's already in process. It's already moving forward. But then, like, you're going to see the end result of whatever that was. And it may be unexpected. But I feel as though it's going to put you into a position of more, kind of more power in a way. A position of authority in some ways as well. Because the kings can relate to kind of situations of authority. But it's also going to put you in a situation of being able to be more abundant in yourself. But it does have a painful, it's like, although it's all kind of, I feel, clearing up for you, it's like there's still this painful situation there. There's still the Three of Swords talks of heartbreak. It talks of something that has kind of been a painful situation that you've had to go through to actually get to this place. This new energy, this movement that's coming in. This new beginning for you here. It's kind of saying it's kind of tinged with pain. It's kind of tinged with maybe even regret on some level. But I don't think it's so much regret as it is more a kind of painful wounding. Three of Swords. Heartbreak. And you've also got the 4 here as well, which came out in reverse, which is what's in your head and what you're kind of aware of. So Libra, it could be that although things are shifting and changing, there's still this kind of tinge of kind of remembering something that was painful, that wasn't so like what you achieved, but it was a painful situation. You had to go through pain to get there. Yeah, because you also got the 2 that's come out with that as well. Wow. So that's kind of saying a decision had to be made. Again, the 2, it's kind of that like duality energy of things being able to go either way, which also with this Chariot energy here as well, I'm feeling that with these horses as well, things kind of being pulled in 2 directions maybe, and having to kind of balance things up and get things the way that they should be rather than the way that they have been. 2 of Swords can also talk about being in a situation where you're having to make a decision but you're not wanting to, because you know that the outcome is going to cause this painful situation here, Libra. But it kind of feels as though this energy is, like the Swords energy is kind of coming in. So we've literally got the 2, the 3 and the 4. So it's kind of like a cycle that is playing out. The 2, the 3 and the 4. And the 4 is in reverse as well here. That's what's in your head. So it could be about kind of feeling like you need to drop something. Again, with this 10, that's kind of what I was feeling here as well, that there's something that needs to be possibly dropped, left behind in order for this success to come about. But the Justice card can also say, you know, that the way that you've behaved throughout this situation, you have been very balanced and very, like, you held yourself in the right way. You didn't kick off, you didn't get upset, you didn't kind of lose your temper or deal with things in the wrong way, even though kind of you may have been having very negative thoughts about things, which could well be why these cards are still here, because it is about shifting your attention and shifting your focus away from that negative energy in order to allow this new energy to come in, because the world is saying that it wants to end this cycle, it wants to close this out. Something needs to close out in order to move forward. So let's just see what the Moonology cards would like to say here. Looks like the sunshine's coming out. It's been a bit grey and overcast all day, and now all of a sudden it's coming shining through the window. So, Moon wisdom for Libra, please. Some moon wisdom for Libra. Interesting. And it's kind of, again, it's this kind of energy of you being in 2 minds, which is possibly what this card is saying here, that you are in 2 minds, because it's got nothing will come of this situation which is the void, of course, moon, which means that the moon emotionally is attached to nothing during this time. The void, of course, energy is where the moon, the emotions, are completely kind of out there all on their own. But then in the next breath, you've got believe in the impossible. And it is kind of, for me, it is literally that dual energy of you kind of being pulled into separate directions again. Your past and your future. Where do you put your focus? I think is what this card is. These two cards are saying. Where are you going to put your focus? You can do either. Like I was saying, you can do either. You can put your energy into either of these, and you will get the result for both, depending on which one you focus your attention on. So I think that's really what those two cards are saying there. That's very interesting energy, Libra. It's almost very much like you're being shown both sides very, very powerfully at this time. That you have this ability to create something that you really want, but in order to do so, you really need to believe that you can do it, that it is possible. Even if you're in a really negative headspace, which is kind of what I'm feeling here with these, it's kind of saying that, again, it's up to you to shift your focus and your attention and put it elsewhere, and to trust in the process, and to kind of, yeah, maybe also to let go of wanting let go of wanting to be justice. Maybe that's also the message here as well, like that it's not up to you. You have to leave it up to a bigger energy to sort whatever it is out, Libra. Because if you kind of try and play judge and juror and kind of maybe get revenge on something, or get the result that you think you should be getting, you're going to end up with this energy. But if you kind of allow yourself to let the universe do whatever it is it's going to do, because it's already in motion, and if you believe that anything is possible, then you'll get that result. That's kind of how I'm seeing that. It's kind of those scales there weighing that balance up, and also this Two of Pentacles here. Which one are you going to focus on? So we've got two cards come out for you. It seems to be the thing today for you, Libra. So Blessings from Your Soul is saying you are a radiant being with many unique talents. Look with eyes of love and you will see this. Feel the creative power within you and the blessings pouring in as the healing light of your soul flows into every part of you. Which is, I would think, that very positive energy that you need to focus your attention on here. And maybe this is what this Four of Swords energy is saying here, is you need to take that time out for yourself in order to focus your attention. Because with the Four of Swords upside down, you may not be giving yourself that time in order to bring this energy in. So that's the blessings from your soul, Libra. And this one is saying, now is the blessing. Life is a timeless moment in the eternal now. You perceive a yesterday, today and tomorrow, but in reality there is only now. Focusing on the past or future keeps you from fully living and receiving life's blessings. Bring your awareness within and receive a timeless blessing. That's what this card is saying. Give yourself some space, give yourself some time out, because you're not allowing yourself to do that. Now is the blessing. which I also feel is this Justice card here, as I was saying, like, you know, your past and your future. It's kind of like you can only do anything in the now, so right now kind of give yourself a break is kind of how it's coming through for me at this time, Libra. Give yourself a break and allow whatever is going to happen here to happen without you trying to kind of force the situation. Okay, so that's where I'm going to leave your reading today, Libra. I hope that you have enjoyed it, and I hope that it has been of some help to you as well. If it has, please could you thumbs it up for me, because that gets it out into the bigger YouTube channel world, where it can get recommended on other people's channels as well. More people can come back and look at my channel and hopefully subscribe to my channel. If you have subscribed to my channel, thank you very much. It's really helping me to grow my channel and get more messages out there. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please could you do so. There is a subscription button on the videos now. And also, if you tap that button, I believe a bell will appear, which gives you the opportunity to decide whether or not you want to get my future videos as and when I put them out there. I do all the new moon videos, I do all the full moon videos, I do all the zodiac signs as well, both general reading and love readings as well. So like I said, I will be putting a love reading out there for you as well, Libra. So also, could you share my videos if you think that it's going to be of some benefit to anybody else you know? And also comment, leave a comment for me, because it's really nice to get the feedback from you people out there that are kind of sitting there watching it, and it's just nice to know that somehow, somewhere it's helping somebody. And I think that's everything for now, Libra. I'm just going to say thank you very much again for watching, and please take really good care of yourself and anybody else you can at this time.